This video is brought to you by Ageless Geeks.
Cowabunga dudes and dudettes, this is Anthony, aka Batbomb82, and today I'll be doing a review of the Mezco 112 Collective Freddy Kreuger. Now taking a look at the front, we can see the figure showcased in your standard Mezco box, with a Nightmare on Elm Street emblem at the center. Turning the box around, we can see multiple images of the figure in multiple posing positions with its different interchangeable parts and accessories. So with the box out of the way, let's crack this figure open and see what we have inside. And here is Freddy Kreuger out of the box. And man, I am always so stoked when we get something like a horror icon in the 112 line. Freddy Kreuger is definitely one of the coolest characters in all of horror film, and this figure itself is pretty badass. But before we take a closer look at the actual figure, let's take a closer look at his accessories. So Freddy does come with a good amount of accessories. Starting off, he comes with 4 interchangeable head sculpts, a trash can lid, 2 clawed hands, 4 left hands, and a hat. And lastly, we also get a circular base stand with the Nightmare on Elm Street emblem printed atop. We also get a clear articulated arm that articulates at 4 points with the clip. So with the accessories out of the way, let's take a closer look at Freddy Kreuger. Alright guys, now let's take a closer look at Freddy Kreuger. And I cannot express how happy I am that Mezco has given us these horror icons. I love this so much, and Freddy is definitely that. He is definitely a horror icon. So this turned out fantastic. The shirt looks fantastic, like I just said twice in a row, but the detail on this looks amazing, dude. You can see how it's a little tattered and worn. I love that so much. The soft goods came out very well done, as they usually do when it comes to a lot of Mezco figures. Now, I've had some people say, you know, well, isn't he supposed to have stripes on the sleeves? No, he does not. In the original movie, he had just the red sleeves like this, and they eventually added the stripes later on in later films. But everything else about this looks dope. We got nice pants. You can see a little wear right there on the knees, which is pretty interesting. I love that. Nice boots for the feet. Look really, really good. Lighten that up there. They can actually pull these up right here. And you can see apparently he doesn't have any burns on his legs, which is pretty interesting. Pull this back over the cuff like so. Okay, anyways. So yeah, this looks really, really good, man. I really do dig that's his famous iconic claw, which is really, really dope. That came out so good. The nice like leather like type look with a little gold accents, and the silver claws look really, really nice. Get my camera to focus on that. There we go. We can see that right there. This looks awesome, dude. Such a nice detail. A little torn in the hand right there in the palm. Looks really, really good. Love that a lot. And one thing on those too, so you can see how he has the burn right here on the forearms, but if you pull this up enough, you will see that it is not, it doesn't go all the way up, just so you know. If you're trying to customize or anything like that, there is still basically a standard buck underneath all of this. Got the hand over here, looks pretty cool. Really digging all of this. Even have his hat. His hat is, again, that's one of those iconic looks for the character. I think it turned out really, really nice. Loving this, man. I'm so glad I got this. The hat is removable, so that's pretty nice too. And then I'll show you the accessories, because we too got some pretty cool things going on with this guy. But man, I love this dude. Again, super happy that we're getting these iconic like horror icons again. Like I said before, I think this thing is so good. And Freddy, man, this turned out great. This is one I've been really excited about, because Freddy Kreuger is just an animal. Alright, now as far as his accessories go, we do get the stand here. I love this. And this is one thing I do like what Mezco is doing. They're taking these stands and they're kind of like adding the old like poster art or like box art for the old VHS tapes and putting them on these stands, which I think is super dope. That Nightmare on Elm Street looks incredible, man. All of that looks so dope. definitely going to use that. It's just that, what a classic image, dude. You can see Freddy's claws back there. I dig this a lot. So very, very cool. We also do get a trash can lid, which looks really nice too. Nice and dented. Love this a lot. So fairly simple. We also do get some interchangeable hands here. We're going to get a lot of different like types of open palm hands for his left side, you know, closed fisted hands, things like that. But one of the coolest ones, I like this one a lot. You can see the one where he, the fingers are chopped off and his, like, you know, his acid blood or whatever he's spewing out. I think that's super dope, man. Nice, bright, vibrant green. Such a cool looking accessory. I love that they included that. Very, very nice. We also do get another version of the clawed hand. So you can see this one's a little more where his fingers are curled in. He's pointing the one finger. That's just so iconic with the character, where he's like either scratching a wall or trying to claw at someone's face or pointing at someone. This is the hand that you want to do for all those types of poses. That just looks really, really cool. Again, really great accessory. Now, we do get 4 interchangeable heads, which I'm super happy about. So we got the standard one right here. It's just him looking, you know, fairly angry, fairly stoic at the same time. Again, they all look great with those like kind of like burn markings or whatever you want to call them. That just looks crazy good, man. I love that so, so much. We also do get one where he's gritting his teeth, so he looks very angry. So that one looks really good too. We do get one of him smiling, which is probably the one I'm going to be posing him on my shelf with. Something about Freddy Kreuger smiling, just I feel like that's how he should be, you know what I mean? But then we get this one of him yelling, which is really cool, and it looks great. But this one you can actually peel off the face, and we see the skull coming through there, and that looks insane, man. This is one of those things where Mezco really shines, and they go all out on the paint and the sculpt, and that looks fantastic with the eyes bugging out. I mean, what a gnarly looking accessory. And how these actually unpeg, they actually unpeg by the neck, so that's a whole solid thing right there. And you can take the other one like that and pop it in that socket, and looks so freaking creepy, dude. And with all these heads, you can still put the hat on any of them. So I mean, if you wanted to, you could have something like that. So yep, that's gonna be in my nightmares. Alright, now let's run down his articulation. So that neck is on a ball joint, rolls around like so, does turn left and right, up and down, and pivot side to side. Arms will go all the way up, down, out that far. There does feel to be like a bit of a butterfly joint in there, so that's really nice. We got double jointed elbows, rotation at the wrist, as well as a hinge at the wrist. That was popped off of me right there. We get a double ball peg in the midsection, so that rolls around like so, does turn left and right, pivot side to side, and crunches back and forth. We got hip joints that kick forward that far, back not so much, splits about that far, rotation in the upper thigh. We got double jointed knees, he kick himself in his own butt. Then we got a ball peg at the boot, so that rolls around. You're mostly going to get left and right, up and down a tiny bit, and almost no ankle rockers, so it's a little disappointing, right? There's not really a whole lot. So because of that, he does have a little bit of a trouble standing when they're trying to get him in something fairly dynamic, but it's not too terrible. So overall, I think this guy, so much fun. Again, I am super happy that we're getting these horror icons in this 112 Collective line. I love it so much. He is so well done, and definitely a must get. So for a quick size comparison, here he is standing next to a Marvel Legends Deadpool and NECA Batman figures. Also for comparison, here he is standing next to the Mezco 112 Collective Jason Voorhees and Michael Myers. And just for fun, here he is standing next to little Lego Bat Bomb. So there it is, guys, my review of the Mezco 112 Collective Freddy Kreuger. Now overall, I think Mezco did a very good job with this piece. I love the soft good, it all feels very nice. The paint and the sculpt are gorgeous. They really captured that creepy, gruesome, really rad look of Freddy Kreuger. And again, I just love when they give us iconic horror villains like this. Freddy Kreuger is a must-have if you love A Nightmare on Elm Street or any of those horror classics. So I think this is totally badass, and one awesome action figure to add to your shelf. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.